Hello friends, welcome back in this session. So in this session we are going to understand DevOps project. This is the tutorial 2 for the DevOps project. So let's try to understand what we have learned in the test part 1. So we in first session we have understand how to configure Jenkins configuration with respect to our Jenkins file and the GitHub repositories. Second is that we configure the AWS some credentials. Then we configure the Jenkins code integration we did. Again, we have created the Jenkins file which will pick from the repository, and the final flow we have created the EC2 instance in the cloud. So in this session, what we are going to understand, in this session we are going to understand the S3 configuration, which will store the state of Terraform resource file on the cloud. So this is important while you are playing with the DevOps project. So when you create your infrastructure, and if you keep your state file in the local, if it get deleted, if it get moved, this backup of the state file is mandatory. So how to play with the backend configuration, that we will see here. How to configure, how to prevent that backend configuration, we will use the AWS S3 backend configuration example here. The second is the remote state. So that's we will see the details of the remote states, the configuration part, and we'll also see the DynamoDB locking. So the another session will not execute at the same time. We will going to launch a web application in this session. We will not simply create the EC2 instance, we will create the web application, that's Apache server, and we'll also see the auto build trigger from the repository from the Jenkins. So we will also configure the webhook configuration in this session. So let's start without fail. Okay, so I'm at the Jenkins. This is my repo, you can see here. Okay, so let me just go through the repo for what we have added some of things. So we have added some variables over here. So in this session we are going to use the region variable. So this variable basically used while you work with the different region. So this is required because when you use deployment, so you are some of time the QA having the one region but production having the multiple region, you could make the differentiate over here. You could use the environment variable where you can use the production environment, QA environment, dev environment, and this is service name basically we are using here. Okay, so this is the configuration plan. I will go through the each one here. Okay, before that let me configure here. So I'm just creating the new project here. So I'm giving the DevOps part 2. So this is a kind of improvement in the first session. So initially we improve our code, we improve our quality. This is the same way. Initially we have configured the basic things. Here we will going to take some kind of advanced configuration. Let me create here. Okay, now I'm just taking the our URL for the cloning. So this is same repo. So in pipeline script SCM, here we'll use the git, and I'm just passing the URL here. Here we have created one branch which is the DevOps. So this branch I'm making the checkout, and there is one folder structure that's a DevOps project 1. In this folder structure there is a Jenkins file. You can find the same here. Okay, so let's move. So I'm simply saving here. Okay, now our project is ready. Okay, before that we will also understand the S3 configuration. So here I have created the one bucket, AWS Terraform DevOps backend. So this bucket we will use to store our S3 resource here. I will show you once this resource will be created. Second, I'm showing here the DynamoDB table. So I have created this manually this Terraform table having the lock ID as a structure. This is a simple structure. I have added the one key is the lock ID. So here the lock ID will be created. So simultaneously, if your job is running, other job will not run for your code. Okay. Let's move to the understand code now. So I'm just ignoring this environment variable which we already discussed in the session 1. So just moving to the plan. So how plan will be start? So here we'll use the Terraform init. So Terraform init will use the backend is true. I'm making the backend is true. What kind of backend we will which use from the our main file? Let me show you that file also. So it's a main.tf. Here I have created the provider.tf. So here I'm using the backend is at S3. So while I'm doing the initialize, it will enabling here. So backend is true. Then I'm just passing the backend configuration. So in which bucket I want to store my backend configuration. So my state file. So my bucket is this one, AWS Terraform DevOps backend. This bucket will store my state file. The name of my state file would be the Terraform hyphen region. So region variable I'm taking here. So this could be the for the specific region I want to create the Terraform state file, and then I'm just passing my service name as my state file. So here we have passed the bucket, the name of the state file, the region of bucket. So I created bucket region is specific region, so we can pass here the region, and the last the DynamoDB table. So in which DynamoDB table I want to use. So this DynamoDB table we have created the Terraform name. We can pass the variable, but this is taken the short example. The Terraform this will be used the log. So this will log from this Terraform DynamoDB table. So once this init will be done, post that what we are doing, we are creating the workspace here. So I'm just grabbing the existing workspace is not there, then it will create the new workspace, and post that it will create the Terraform plan. So here we made some small changes. So I want to create my instance web application in specific region. So I just have to pass the region while I'm triggering my job. So if you pass the region, for example, if you want to deploy your job in U West 1 or US East 1, so you can simply pass your variable. It will just take from a variable from the Jenkins global configuration, and it will pass to your Terraform job. Post that it will show the Terraform show, that's the configuration part, and here the approval takes I'm simply ignoring, but at last you can see the apply part. So apply will do the same plan which we have created will be apply from the Terraform plan. So this apply will create your configuration end to end. So let's go to our project. So we already configure. Let me build this one, because this will be basically get fail because we didn't pass the sum of the variable. Yes, let me trigger again. Okay, now it's came the build width parameter. So here we have to pass the environment, that's a workspace name. This is a region where I want to create. I have taken the default value, the US East 1. If you want to change, you can change to 2 or whatever you are required. Environment we have passed a prod. We can change to QA or dev, you can configure, and this is service name which I have given for our service deployment. So we are going to create the Apache server. So just let me click build. This will start the configuration. So checkout is done. Let's go to the plan. So it might get fail or get pass. We can go through the details to understand the error. So but we can go through this console log whether what is going to happen. This is the Terraform init part. It's basically init from the S3 backend, you can see here, and it's successfully. You can also see the log in the table here. So this log is created. This is the multiple logs, but that should be the only one. Okay, so now we'll see again why there is multiple logs. We can delete and check, no issues. Let's go through the log here. This is the Terraform plan. So there is a two resource we'll be going to create. 0 is destroy, and now plan is expecting the approval. So here we are giving the approval, but before that you can see here what's going to create. So I'm just click here, proceed. So this will create a resource here after Terraform apply command. So let's see, let's go to the instance, and there is one Jenkins server will be running. So this Jenkins server is running, and this Apache server is initializing. So this my Apache server which we have created here. So it's running. So again it's waiting for the state here, same way. So my resource has been created. You can see there is a two resource created. This is our output for the our Apache server. We can access with this IP also. Okay, so the server is not accessible. Let's go to understand why server is not accessible. Let me go to this security group here. So this security group which we have created, there is a port 80 is allow, even we don't have the access. Okay, so it's got auto refresh. So basically user data will take some time, so just doing the configuration. So our server has been deployed, so properly accessible. Let's go to the understand the configuration part for the auto commit. So auto commit will basically use the configuration for the GitHub integration. So you have to use the GitHub integration plugin. So I have installed GitHub integration plugin. So this plugin, once you plugin install, you will get this hook. I'm just simply enable this hook. Let me save here. So I'm just updating the configuration part here. So we can directly see here. Let's update the tag here. I'm just updating the tag Apache server 1. So this submit commit. Okay, now commit has been done. Let's go and see here. Okay, so we can see the build 3 is auto trigger. It's got start. Okay, so build 3 is started. Okay, for that what configuration required? You have to install the GitHub plugin in the Jenkins, and here you have to configure the webhook. So in the GitHub side you have to configure webhook. Go to the webhook and add your webhook. So simply you just copy your URL, that Jenkins part, and add the GitHub -webhook. What kind of you want to configure? You can configure with the post configuration. I'm not going in depth. If you want to see, I can show that also. Okay, so in webhook you just have to add the payload URL. So this is your payload URL, and there is a two types. So I'm just using the application JSON. What event you required? So you can configure the select individual. You can configure everything. You can use the push also. So I just configure here the send me everything. So in init we have given the key as a Terraform hyphen the region name, and here we'll find our file. So let's see this configuration part in this file. Let me open this one. Saving the Apache 3. So Apache 3 having the configuration part, you can see this is the all information which we have created. So this is the instance which we have created, and this default configuration for all the instance. So this is state file, it's maintaining from here. So if we rerun the same project, it won't create the new resource. Let's see, just running the same which we triggered automatically from the git commit. Let's see, this will just simply check the configuration and it will ignore the configuration. See, so it won't create anything new, just some change which we have given. That's the name is the instance name. Let's see the instance name is got changed or not. So our instance name got changed Apache server to server 1. So this is completely reflected here, and this is all about the DevOps project, which is the part of the continuous deployment. So here we are creating the infrastructure and we're deploying the our web application. So if you have any query, if you have any question, you can drop your query in the same YouTube video link, and we will come with the requested video also. Please be connected and share your feedback. Thank you.